I had a feeling it was like this. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Nino.
All right. Oh, how you doing, Harry? Same old, same old. You heard about the DOJ and the marshals?
No.
They no longer, marshals and the DOC no longer work under the DOJ as of yesterday.
That's bad, right?
Oh, that's extremely good. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. Okay. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
that meant they were able to do whatever the fuck they wanted.
No, they're gonna respond directly from the state. They were, up until recently, not able to investigate judges and stuff for corruption. And, oh yeah, there's a lot of bad things happening. I think this is overall good. I mean, probably means more marshals up everyone's asses, but less corruptly, you know.
Oh, okay. So they could take out a corrupt judge.
Yes. In
Whereas
fact,
before they couldn't touch him. That's crazy.
They technically could, but like, who's gonna risk their job? You know what I mean?
Right.
But
okay. Wow.
I know Jason's on the way down, but I know Luciano, this is your baby, called the 420 baby.
Yeah.
So I have some concerns with the sheet. Veteran person. It's very obvious with the Excel sheet that you want to sell weed to locals. And the problem is I'm all down for that, but I don't expect the PD to recognize what's happening. And as a consequence, it would put the mayor's office complicit with illegal sale of drugs, right?
Oh, no. It had nothing to do with locals. It was to anybody, any other individuals, you know? It wasn't for local sale.
I want to rework it a little bit for my protection and your own, because even let's say it's not, which I believe you, it reads in that particular way. It also reads in a way where it's like we'd be paying $100,000 per person to hand out weed. So what I would like to do instead is when Jason gets here, unless you did the Excel sheet or did she?
No, I did it.
Okay. If you could rework this so it looks like you're paying people less, right? Like $50,000. That's within the ballpark of reasonable, right? 10K an hour, let's say. But then put something in there under food. Just put something for food.
Okay. Yeah.
Under production, say you're gonna have music, right? Say there's a prizes, right? So what you're doing here is right now what it's reading is $2 million to hand out weed, right? But instead you're spreading that 2 million out into things that seem reasonable but don't need to happen. Like those prizes, like those are your rules, you know what I'm saying? And hey, whoops, forgot to do the prize. You know, ain't nobody gonna know about that. You see where I'm going with this?
Right.
Yeah. So
yes.
Yeah.
Also, something I noticed that is missing from the sheet is paying for the weed. But I just copied it exactly how you had it, Mr. Luciano, so I didn't want to make changes.
Yep. So I was just
we will have to pay for the we will have to there should be a cost on there for the growers, right? Because this is all legit and above board, so we need like the cost the charge the growers would charge us, I guess.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can put that in there. I think the idea behind all of this was, it was kind of beyond just selling weed on the streets, right? Because anybody can just sell weed on the street. It was more like celebrating the fact that weed was a thing and people like smoking it, right? It was more of a celebration of it, and at the same time, we would hand out weed to people that came through to buy some, that were interested in it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Right.
I think the lens I always look through is assume worst case scenario when it comes to law enforcement. And so
we don't want you getting fucked, man. No way. Like,
yes.
We don't want alarm bells going off and they're like trying to fucking start audits, you know.
Yeah.
I remember how it was with legal marijuana. It's like, Jesus Christ, legal marijuana, they act like you're fucking the Pablo Escobar of cocaine. It's crazy.
I mean, people straight up say that Jason's your clean person and can't be trusted with medical equipment to her face.
Right,
so,
exactly.
What the fuck did she do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's got to be cop brain checked. So I would say limit the amount of money going to the weed production and handout to literally $150,000.
I do have it down to 200,000.
200? That's good.
Okay, yeah, because I put on there 200,000 for food and beverages and 200 for the purchase of weed.
Let's say 200,000 for the weed, for the grower, and for the participants. Maybe actually, let's say like 100,000 for the weed. Maybe like 50K per person who's like handing it out and growing it or whatever. But then the bulk of this should be like food, prize money, all the things that the community is getting back. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
So, like, hey, the musician, the this and that, like, just because there's so many things being added, it looks. I'm gonna be straight with you. I always assume these things like people are just taking money, which is fine, right? I don't really give a fuck. So, and if you're doing it actually full on legit, more power to you. But that's the math. You want 10 to 20% to be about how much money you guys are making, and the bulk of it looking like it's going to others.
Right, that we're invested into others, not into ourselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Jason, you say you messed around with some of the values, yeah? Are you like
yes,
reworking it?
Yes, a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
But
it would be that sheet that Mayor Nino already has, so he can just look at it right away.
Yeah. The other thing
are in real time.
Yes. The other thing I want to bring up is we're very transparent when we do these things. So in the actual transaction from the county account to the business account that it's transferring to, there will be the sheet to the event document and a link to the sheet. So law enforcement can see this. People in the city can see this. So it needs to look above board. And the people operating it should know what you're supposedly doing, right? If asked questions, but how y'all manage what ends up happening with the money is your business.
Got it. Okay.
I appreciate
if you look at it now, does it look better?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we cut a lot of checks. You know what I mean?
No, I know.
You know, and
well, I don't know, but I assumed, right? I kind of caught on to some of the things we could start doing, let's say. But yeah, I want it done correctly. I don't,
don't want to fuck anybody over in the process.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean, hell, even that thing you guys did at Blarney's with the fucking, the racetrack shit, I was shocked. I'm like, y'all could have easily gotten like $3 million off that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't think people listen. If it wasn't for Jason the Quartzen, I don't think people think like that, right? I don't think people understand like what you being mayor really means.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I'm not gonna go around fucking telling people what to do. You know?
You'd be surprised. There's a decent. Listen, we've cut like I think 150 mil out the folks.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, like since the start, I would say.
Hell, yeah.
It's kind of like I like to think of it like, you know, back in the day, you know, the mob used to you know, get government favors, you know, coming through.
That's right.
And you know, it's kind of like the same shit, right? And plus, it sort of offsets all this, you know, all the other bullshit that happen around the city. So, like,
Okay, so we'll play around with the values. Jason, you know, we can if you can share what you're editing.
Oh, you got it?
It's updated. Yeah, it should be done. Let me know how it looks. I can make more changes if needed.
Holy shit! All right.
Easy. Is there also a cover letter?
I have not made one, no.
Jason, could you grab an example one and just, throw like some bullshit title and just like, chat GPT some like paragraph as to what it is and all that? No, don't actually chat GPT it, but you get what I'm saying.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
And then
easy.
As soon as you resubmit it, I'm going to send the money. So,
perfect.
Easy.
Now, in the form, right, it says what business account you want the money sent over to. I just put my state ID there because we don't really have a proper business account. What should be going in there?
When I redid it, I put the Danks business account.
Yeah, we have a business account.
Oh, okay, right. Perfect. Danks, perfect. That's much better.
Yeah, I was going to do it through Danks.
100%, all above board.
Okay, perfect. That makes it look way better then, for sure.
Then I will work on the cover letter and probably get it resubmitted 10-15 minutes.
Lovely job. Easy as that, huh? It's fantastic.
Okay, easy. All right. Fuck yeah. All right.
Fuck yeah. I kind of wanted to discuss a little bit about the thing we talked about the other day. The weed shit with the plague and all that.
Yes, I want that really badly. I've yet to hit up overseas THC providers. Okay. That is definitely something I'm very interested in as well, because I just think that kind of thing would be. We need to bring weed back. There's two problems. Look, and this is going to sound strange. Nobody goes to drug calls. Number one. Cops just. The history is TRT used to just go 12 deep in without any probable cause and start arresting folks. No photos or nothing, right? Then the dial flipped, right? And weed became legal in limited quantities, and all of a sudden there was like no interest in going after weed. So there's kind of like this like weird case now where weed has become irrelevant, and I genuinely want to see weed flourish again or something along those lines. I'd like to get your perspective on the entire picture.
We listen. I mean, we probably push about 5K baggies a week, and the cops come down and try and bust us every single day, like fully. But in terms of the dispensary stuff, like that shit is dead in the water. Yeah.
Well,
completely.
I'm sure there's some of that happening for reasons, but I think generally speaking, it may not be happening.
What do you mean for reasons?
You know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe the cops aren't looking into it.
I think I know what he's saying.
Maybe the wrong cop may have responded to the wrong 911s. You know what I mean? Wait, when you say you mean Blondies or like in general?
No,
in general.
Blondies is like is a northern Cyprus business, right? We don't really, me and Harry, and Jason, we don't really like dabble in any of that. But
wait, so cops are actively like on the regular going down there?
Brother, every day. And the more we shoot them up, the angrier they get and the harder they come back.
Every day, at least like within the hour after the big storm hits,
they'll show up in full force.
Yeah.
They'll wait outside southern Cyprus, group up, and come in like a fucking cavalry. No kidding. And normally, we'll fuck them up, and then we dip. and then it makes them like they want to come even, then they'll come back. Like we move a lot of shit. We always have done. It's
interesting. You know what? Maybe my information is old or something, because I spent a decent amount of time with law enforcement, but this was like over this, and even they were saying the same, but that was like 3 weeks back. So I wonder if there's been like a re-uptick. Originally I thought, I don't know, you might have pissed off that Brian Knight motherfucker with some 911 calls, but it sounds like it's more than I realized.
I mean,
okay, yeah. Maybe it was him. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's still, there's still, it's still, I won't say it's flourishing, but I mean, in terms of like all the work you put into the legal side of things, yeah, like kind of dead in the water. But
I mean, if it's still they're responding, then that aspect of things is perhaps less concerning, right? Like in terms of that, but I do think weed being meaningless outside of sales is unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like, I miss the time where people wanted weed, because I think that was always a good time. Like, remember 5 years back? Like how they had all the dispensaries and the weed people had to smoke, and they had a reason to get it. Like that was good for everybody.
Yeah, people were all over that shit. It was good. It was good. Definitely got to give it a new, I guess, meaning for it. I guess Hopefully this does that. Hopefully.
Okay. Oh shit. All right.
Can I
Easy.
for 2 seconds, Luciano. Sorry. Excuse us.
Yeah. Go for it. That's really interesting. I'm thinking my information must be old, but
could be.
Yeah, it's so strange. How's courts and stuff going?
It's going well. Junior and I are going to be meeting with a few different, or maybe not a few. I think we have like 2 people that are interested in redecorating, and meeting up with each of them and seeing which one meets our vision the best.
That's good. Hell yeah. I know I don't think I've been to courts in like 4 weeks, which is, hey, means you're doing a really good job. You know what I mean?
I'm doing my best.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so, I'm going to tell you something. We got to keep it real hush-hush, all right? We have, well, listen, ever since our little talk, our first talk at...
Hold up. You heard that, right?
No.
Sirens just up a bit. I'm just kind of scanning around.
I heard the sirens.
All right, I think we should be good.
So since our talk at the Vinewood Bowl, bringing up this idea and whatnot, I got contacted by this doctor, right? Everybody calls him Pestilence. Yeah, he had heard about.
We should go somewhere else for this conversation.
Yeah, I was thinking so. I don't want to be eardropped on.
Do you know where the fish dock is? The Fisher place?
I think a lot of people go there now.
Yeah, up in Grapeseed, the little fish cells. Let's meet up there. I own the boathouse over there.
Okay,
all right.
I'll see you there.
All right.
Do you want me to go with you, or are you guys good?
No, come with us.